Hi, happy Friday and welcome to Torah Today with me, with Chavi Rappaport. I hope you had a fantastic week. And as we always say, the Torah today, it's so relevant, just like it was yesterday at Sinai, and really so personal to me and you. You must honor your parents, says the Torah in this week's Torah portion. The 10 commandments are being repeated here in Vaetchanan. And I must ask you a question. Does the Torah need to tell us and command us to honor our parents? Isn't that a universal, decent law that everyone is aware of? Doesn't everybody give respect to their parents? Or is that wishful thinking? Let's understand what the Torah is talking about. What does the Torah expect that maybe is a little bit above the norm, and therefore it's actually one of the 10 commandments? The first 5 commandments really talk about our relationship, personal relationship with God. There's only one God. Don't serve any other gods. Don't swear falsely. Keep Shabbat. Because that's a sign between us and God, that we acknowledge that God created the world. And then comes number 5. In this order, honor your parents, kabed et avicha ve'et imecha. Connected with those laws that are between man and God. What's the connection? The next 5 deal with a relationship between man and his fellow human being. Lo tachmod, don't covet what your neighbor or friend has. Lo tirtzach, lo tignov. You are not allowed to murder, to kill, to steal. Again, these seem like things that are very obvious. Can't we really figure these things out on our own? Let's go back to honoring parents. It's true. It's something that everybody should be aware of. There's a beautiful story of Dama Benetina, a young lad whose father was very wealthy and had this incredibly precious stone that the wise elders wanted for the choshen in the temple. And they heard that he had this specific, unique, precious stone. It came to his home, and the key to his chest, where the stones were kept, were under his pillow, and he was asleep. And his son would not wake his father, would not even stealthily to put his hand under the pillow to get the key, even though the men offered him a huge sum of money and kept elevating the amount. He wasn't going to wake his father. And he was rewarded handsomely. And Hashem, God, sent him a red heifer, which he sold afterwards for a very high price. Exemplary, beautiful, and very rare. And the Torah tells us, you know why honoring your parents is actually divine? You're honoring God when you honor your parents, the Torah tells us, because your parents partner with God in that infinite capacity of creation, creating you and an endless chain of potential life that comes from you. And they are essentially being partners with God. And I think there's another message here too. We think that we have to pay our parents back for everything they've done for us. But what about a situation where I don't feel so grateful? My parents weren't there for me for whatever reason. We didn't get along. They were too busy, didn't notice, didn't acknowledge me, didn't validate me. Does that mean, rationally, what do I owe them? They didn't even support me. The Torah says, you owe them By honoring them, you're honoring God. Remember that. And you owe them just because they brought you into this world and gave you the greatest gift of life. And here's an inspiration for the day. Let's talk about honoring our parents, not just in a rational way, pay back what they did for us. Let's notch it up and go out of our way to serve them. Really, to give them the honor they deserve, especially if we have elderly parents, instead of begrudgingly serving them or kind of feeling like we take the reins and we've become the parents. Maintain that special respect and let's thank our parents for the privilege, for the gift of serving them today. And always remember, honoring parents, it's not just rational, it's actually divine. And if you're inspired, pass on the inspiration.